Something powerful is approaching you. Message from the High Pleiadian Council. Dearest brothers and sisters of this beautiful planet Earth, it is Master Lady Nada who speaks. Greetings, beloved ones. We, the High Pleiadian Council and the Council of Earth, reach out to you in this moment, our hearts overflowing with boundless love and profound respect for the journey you are undertaking. We speak as one, a collective voice channeled through our representative Mira, so that you may truly feel the unity of our purpose, the unwavering strength of our bond. The hidden war raging upon your planet, an unseen conflict waged in the very sands of consciousness and spirit, is at long last approaching its destined conclusion. Throughout your recorded history, forces of manipulation and control have operated from the shadows, weaving illusions of fear and separation, all in a calculated effort to keep humanity slumbering. These are those whispered about as the deep state, the shadow manipulators who sought dominion not through genuine power, but through the insidious tendrils of cunning lies and the ruthless suppression of your inherent, divine truth. But we declare to you now, beloved ground crew of Earth, that their reign of influence is drawing to a close. The radiant light of the primordial Creator is sweeping across your world with ever-intensifying brilliance, exposing all that is false, dissolving the intricate webs of deceit that have ensnared human consciousness for millennia. What was once concealed in the suffocating darkness is now being revealed in the illuminating light of truth. This so-called war will conclude not with a cataclysmic burst of violence, but with the quiet, yet utterly unstoppable awakening of the human heart. It ends when you, the inhabitants of Earth, reclaim your own minds and souls from the suffocating clutches of illusion. It ends because you remember who you truly are. This protracted struggle between light and shadow was never about brute force or physical dominance. It has always been a contest of consciousness, a trial to determine if the children of Earth would remember their divine heritage, the spark of the Supreme Creator within them, despite the heavy veil of forgetfulness. The forces that sought to exert control over you never truly possessed the power they so brazenly claimed. Their only power, in truth, was that which you, in your unconscious state, unwittingly granted them. They ruled by a consent born of fear, not by any innate strength or inherent right. Understand this truth and understand it well. Their dominion was built entirely upon illusion. They conjured phantoms, crafted elaborate falsehoods, to intimidate and subdue humanity. For a time, far too many believed these falsehoods, mistaking them for reality itself. But illusion, no matter how skillfully crafted, can never withstand the eternal, unwavering light of the Source, the first Creator. Now, in this glorious era of awakening, illusions are evaporating like mist under the relentless heat of the morning sun. The manipulative energies that once thrived in the suffocating secrecy of darkness can no longer hide from the rising frequencies of love that are now enveloping the earth. We observe with both joy and profound relief as the great shadows shrink to dust, as those who once held the reins of worldly power find that they cannot maintain their grip in the face of the new light pouring forth from the Supreme Creator. The hidden war is ending because the truth of the primordial Creator is manifesting in your world, becoming increasingly tangible with each passing moment. It is ending because you, awakened souls, starseeds, lightworkers, and everyday heroes choosing love in every moment, are reclaiming your planet through the sheer power of your consciousness and the inviolable sovereignty of your spirit. Indeed, the tide of evolution has shifted by divine decree. The ascension of Earth is ordained by the primordial Creator, and no scheme conceived in the shadows of darkness can halt the fulfillment of this sacred, divinely ordained plan. Yet, dear ones, as this unfolds before your very eyes, it is vitally important that you understand the role you yourselves have played in this grand, cosmic story. We share this with the utmost love and compassion. Humanity must take responsibility for its long and arduous pilgrimage through the darkness of spiritual amnesia. Yes, manipulative forces were at work, tirelessly sowing seeds of discord and confusion. Yes, there were those who deliberately controlled and actively hid the truth, seeking only to maintain their own power and control. But consider, on a higher, more expanded level of understanding, that you, as a collective, allowed this experience to unfold. Life after life, far too many on Earth forgot their own divine nature the inherent connection to the primordial creator. In a sense, you agreed to play the game of separation, to see what would happen if you considered yourselves limited, disconnected beings, adrift in a vast and uncaring universe. In doing so, you permitted darkness to prevail, allowing it to serve as a mirror reflecting your own forgotten inner light. There is no judgment from us, only profound understanding. It was a chosen exploration of consciousness, a daring experiment in contrast that is now, thankfully, reaching its natural and preordained conclusion. However, to fully awaken from this long night, to embrace the dawn of a new earth, you must fully own your part in it, acknowledging the choices that led you here. Blaming dark forces entirely for humanity's suffering would only serve to keep you powerless, for it would imply that you were mere victims, devoid of agency and incapable of shaping your own destiny. The deeper truth, the truth that resonates within the very core of your being, is that you always held the spark of the primordial creator within you, even in the darkest of moments. That spark could never be extinguished, only dimmed, obscured by the shadows of fear and doubt. The dawn has finally arrived, and with it comes the clarion call for every soul to take personal responsibility for rekindling their inner light, for nurturing the flame of divinity within. Only then can you fully reclaim the power and the boundless freedom that have always been yours, waiting patiently to be rediscovered. We address you now with unwavering compassion and crystalline clarity. The era of victimhood is drawing to a close, alongside the era of hidden manipulation and shadowy control. Understand that continuing to blame others, whether the so-called deep state, corrupt leaders, or even the supreme creator for somehow abandoning you, will not lead you into the new era, will not usher in the dawn of the new earth. That mindset of victimhood, that tendency to externalize your power, was an integral part of the old illusion, a carefully constructed prison of the mind. Now is the time to step out of that shadow forever, to embrace your own inherent strength and sovereignty. You are not hapless pawns at the mercy of invisible villains. You never truly were. Those perceptions, those limiting beliefs, were themselves part of the test, part of the illusory veil that challenged you to find your own inner strength, to remember who you truly are. You have learned, through lifetimes of experience, that relying on external saviors, whether governments, religions, galactic forces, or even us, the Pleiadian Council, is not the true path to mastery. We have always been here to support you, to offer guidance and encouragement, but we cannot, and would not, do your inner work for you. Thus, we challenge you now, gently but firmly, to release any remaining attachment to feeling like a victim of circumstances, to shed the heavy cloak of powerlessness. Release the need to passively wait for someone else to rescue or free you, to become the embodying Christic. Move from mere faith to embodied knowing, from passive hope to active creation. This means ceasing to merely hope for a better world and knowing with absolute certainty that it is already emerging, being co-created through you, through your thoughts, your words, and your actions. It means acting and living with the unwavering conviction that the very source of all life, the primordial creator, flows through you. Here's the rewritten passage, maintaining all original information while adhering to the specified style and requirements, and ensuring continuity with the provided previous paragraph. Therefore, nothing can stand in your way of manifesting a reality steeped in the purest love. In this profound shift, beloved members of Dear Earth, you are exchanging the shackles of powerlessness for the boundless freedom of empowerment, and the chilling grip of fear for an unwavering trust in the divine unfolding of events. This is the sacred path of true mastery, the ascension to your rightful place as co-creators of reality. Many of you, cherished Earth crew members, who identify as starseeds and lightworkers, specifically journeyed to Earth for this pivotal moment. You volunteered to incarnate during this planetary transition, carrying within the very essence of your souls the radiant memory of higher light dimensions and the transformative codes of galactic evolution. We understand deeply that this journey has not been without its trials. The dense fog of Earth's long night of amnesia has weighed heavily upon your tender hearts. At times, many of you have felt the acute pain of not fully belonging, the profound loneliness of existing within a world that failed to recognize the profound truth you carried within. Yet, even amidst these trials, you persevered, your spirits unbroken. Even as you were compelled to awaken amidst this profound heaviness, You held fast to a deep determination, a sacred promise made to the Supreme Creator, that when the appointed time arrived, you would stand tall in your radiant light and guide humanity back toward its true home. That time, dear ones, is now. This is the moment to rise and shine without reservation, to unleash the full potential of your inner light. The inherent power and limitless potential residing within you are far greater than you can possibly imagine. Each and every one of you is a nucleus of pure light, a living spark of the divine primordial creator, fully capable of transmuting any darkness that surrounds you. Not only are you infinitely powerful as individual expressions of the divine, but together, united in purpose and intention, you weave an unbreakable matrix of light around dear Earth, a radiant shield that no shadow can possibly withstand. Reclaim your sovereignty, beloved ones. This means remembering, deep within your hearts, that you are not insignificant, nor are you at the whim or mercy of any external authority. You are sovereign beings, each one a cherished and unique expression of the infinite presence of the primordial creator. When you stand firm in that knowing, the illusions of control imposed by manipulative forces simply dissolve in your radiant presence, like mist before the dawn. They cannot possibly control one who knows and embodies their own divine authority. So, claim that authority now, dear ones. Embrace the embodying Christic consciousness that resides deep within you, that sacred state of profound unity with the boundless love of the first creator, where you recognize your own inherent Christic nature. Embodying Christic consciousness is not reserved for some sacred being from your distant past. It is, in fact, the destiny and birthright of all humanity, an inherent part of your divine heritage. It is the awakening of the inner divine human template that has patiently waited to be activated until you were ready to accept both its immense power and its profound responsibility. We gently remind you that this divine template for human existence, the original blueprint of the fully awakened, sovereign, and loving human, has always been accessible to you. It was never truly lost, only latent, like a seed patiently awaiting the perfect season to sprout and blossom. Indeed, throughout your long and storied history, there have been those who demonstrated this incredible divine potential. Masters, sages, and teachers who walked upon dear Earth as living examples of what becomes possible when one lives in complete alignment with the inner light. They came to show the way, to keep the divine template alive within human consciousness, even during the darkest and most challenging of eras. Now, at long last, is the season for awakening for all of humanity. It is finally time for that seed of divine potential to sprout en masse in the verdant garden of humanity. At this very moment, the ancient codes of divine remembrance are activating within countless souls across the planet. You can feel it as a gentle stirring within your heart, a flickering fire within your spirit that refuses to be extinguished by the world's pervasive fear. It is the undeniable call to live fully as the luminous beings you were always meant to be. Do not for a moment believe that this is somehow beyond your reach. Indeed, it is your most natural and authentic state of being. Living by the divine template means allowing the radiant light of the primordial creator to guide your every thought, every word, and every action. It means aligning your human self, your mind, your heart, and your actions with the boundless love and infinite wisdom of your higher self, which is ever connected to the source. By consistently doing so, you literally become the living embodiment of the new earth in action, a beacon of hope for all to see. By living the profound truth of your divine blueprint, you effortlessly show others what is truly possible, contributing to the elevation of collective consciousness in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend. Every thought, every word, and every action carries potent energy, beloved ones. Thus, every single moment presents an opportunity to express either the profound truth of your radiant light or the insidious distortion of fear. Activating your inner light through conscious thought, deliberate word, and purposeful action requires unwavering awareness and mindful presence. We encourage you to be deeply mindful of the quality of energy that you radiate into the world with everything you think, say, and do. This is not intended to overwhelm you or make you overly self-critical, but rather to empower you to take control of your destiny. When you hold a sacred space of loving awareness, gently guiding your mind to focus on truth rather than illusion, you become the true master of your own energy field. In this mastery, you come to realize that you are never truly at the mercy of external conditions, regardless of the chaos or noise that may be swirling in the world around you. Within you resides a center of perfect calm, a radiant beacon of light that can shine brightly through any darkness, no matter how profound. By consciously choosing to keep your thoughts elevated to a higher perspective, to speak words of kindness, courage, and creation, and to act in ways that authentically reflect your highest values, you are literally forging the new reality with every breath you take. You are broadcasting a resonant frequency that alters the very essence of creation around you, shaping the world to come. That is how infinitely powerful you truly are. The inner light, when activated so completely and integrally, becomes a powerful force field that not only protects you from the shadows but actively transforms the environment around you, radiating outwards like ripples on a pond. This is precisely how the new Earth is being built, from the inside out, by individuals just like you who choose each and every day to live as the brilliant souls they were always meant to be. Know, deep within your hearts, that with every loving thought you hold, every compassionate word you speak, every conscious action you take, you are dismantling the last remnants of the old illusion and illuminating a clear path for all to follow. Now, let us turn our attention to those who once dominated the old paradigm, those who falsely believed themselves to be masters of the masses, the illusory authorities of your rapidly fading era. Their influence is waning rapidly, and it is vitally important that you see them clearly for what they are and always were, ultimately powerless. In truth, the deep state, the cabals, the secret controllers lurking behind your governments and institutions, all of them derive their limited influence solely from humanity's collective acquiescence and deeply ingrained fear. Here's the rewritten passage, adhering to all specified requirements and maintaining continuity with the preceding paragraph. They projected mirages of dominance, conjured crises and conflicts from thin air, and whispered falsehoods into the collective consciousness, all in a desperate attempt to perpetuate the illusion that they were in control and you, dear Earth, were weak and dependent. But it was all a grand deception, a theatrical performance that required your unwavering belief to sustain its flimsy facade. Now, however, the collective mind is stirring, shaking off the slumber of ages. Millions are now piercing through the elaborate illusion that once held them captive. As you and countless others cast aside fear and cease fueling the drama, those who once lurked in the shadows are watching their audience dwindle and disappear. The very structures of control are left gasping for breath, devoid of the spiritual energy that once sustained them. In reality, their power was never intrinsic. It was merely a privilege granted by the consciousness of those who believed their fabricated lies. Do you perceive, beloved ones, how this understanding returns the power squarely to you? If fear and unconsciousness forged the cage that bound you, then love and heightened consciousness are the keys that dissolve it. This very process is unfolding now on a grand cosmic scale. Therefore, we, the Pleiadian Council, implore you to release any lingering fascination with these manipulative forces. Do not grant them more attention or energy than they rightfully deserve, for even anger can inadvertently feed them energetically. Instead, stand resolute in your inner sovereignty. A sovereign being recognizes no authority higher than the divine truth resonating within their heart. When you fully embrace that sovereignty, you live guided by your soul and the source. Then, no external authority can sway or deceive you, for you see with crystalline clarity and possess a heart anchored in the unwavering certainty of truth. Embracing your sovereignty goes hand in hand with cultivating spiritual maturity and a disciplined presence. Dear Earth, the new Earth will be a realm founded by a spiritually mature humanity, by those who have learned invaluable lessons from the trials of the past and emerged with greater wisdom, boundless compassion, and unwavering focus on the soul's truth. Spiritual maturity entails taking full responsibility not only for past choices but also for the energy you project in each and every moment. It means responding to life's circumstances from the higher consciousness you have awakened, rather than reacting from old, ingrained patterns of fear or ego. Practicing inner silence and stillness holds immense power as you navigate this profound transformation. In moments of quietude, when you deliberately step away from the world's incessant noise, you can deeply feel the divine presence within. In that sacred silence, the voice of the Supreme Creator is heard in your heart, guiding you unerringly along your path. We encourage you to dedicate time each day to silent communion with your inner light. Whether through focused meditation, heartfelt prayer, or simply breathing with full awareness. This practice of disciplined presence will fortify you, training your consciousness to remain anchored in the present moment, where the fullness of life and divine guidance reside. Through disciplined presence, you learn to observe the ebb and flow of thoughts and emotions without being swept away by them. You become the serene eye at the center of the storm of worldly change. This inner steadiness is absolutely essential, for as old structures continue to crumble and decay, many around you may temporarily succumb to panic or overwhelming confusion. But you, as a light bearer, as a maturing soul, will hold a sacred space of peace from which others can draw strength and solace. With your unwavering calm and unshakable faith, you will inspire those who struggle, not with empty sermons but with the silent radiance of your example. Keep firmly in mind that the infinite presence you call God, the primordial creator, the source of all that is neither separate nor distant from you. That inexhaustible divine light lives and breathes within your very being. When we, the Pleiadian Council, speak of embodying Christic light or inner sovereignty, we speak of recognizing that the God you may have sought in the heavens or in ancient scriptures has, in truth, been present in the sanctuary of your heart all along. You carry the very essence of the first creator within. That is why we tell you that you are immeasurably powerful. You are not merely children of God. Each of you is a living vessel through which the boundless love and creative power of God seek to express themselves. As you awaken to this profound understanding, you naturally begin to treat yourself and all life as sacred. You realize that the divine lives in everyone and everything, patiently waiting to be recognized and cherished. In the consciousness of the new earth, God is not an external ruler but the living ocean of love in which all are but waves. Feel this truth resonating deep within your heart. The love of the primordial creator flows through your very blood, shines brightly in your soul, animating every breath you take. You and the creator are inseparable. You always have been and always will be. Any sense of separation was merely part of the great illusion, and that illusion is dissolving now, like mist before the morning sun. The more you embody this profound truth, the more miracles will manifest around you in your daily life. You will find that by aligning with your inner God, your life takes on a grace, tranquility, and clarity that feels divinely guided, because it is. And collectively, as more humans root themselves in this knowing, the entire world moves toward a higher octave of harmony and understanding. Conflicts will lose all meaning in a world where divinity is recognized in every face you meet. Structures built on greed or fear will lack any foundation in a humanity that understands its own sacred worth and inherent interconnectedness. Beloved ones, the awakening of the new earth is well underway, born from the inner awakening of each and every one of you. We see the light growing stronger with each passing day. We see ordinary people finding extraordinary courage and compassion, overcoming old limitations, and uniting in a shared sense of oneness. The reality of the new earth is being born right now through your loving thoughts and actions. With every thought of loving intention, you add a bright new light to this growing hall of lights. Do you feel it? The old world, burdened by struggle and division, is losing its hold as a new reality rooted in unity and unwavering truth emerges. It is a world where cooperation gracefully replaces competition, where transparency dissolves deceit, and where the guiding principles are those of the heart and soul. Humanity will live in harmony with nature, honoring the earth as, okay, I understand. Here's the rewritten passage, ensuring continuity with the preceding text, adherence to all special instructions, and maintaining all original information while enhancing the prose, thoughts and actions. With every thought of loving intention, you add a bright new light to this growing hall of lights. Do you feel it? The old world, burdened by struggle and division, is losing its hold as a new reality rooted in unity and unwavering truth emerges. It is a world where cooperation gracefully replaces competition, where transparency dissolves deceit, and where the guiding principles are those of the heart and soul. Humanity will live in harmony with nature, honoring the earth as a sacred, living being. The waters will flow with crystalline clarity, and the skies will shimmer, mirroring the awakening clarity within the hearts of humankind. In the new earth, the sovereignty of each soul is revered, as all recognize the sacred spark of the divine residing within one another. Joy and creativity will burst forth in vibrant expression, for they are the natural manifestations of the free divine spirit. The hidden war, that insidious conflict, is drawing to its inevitable close, for its very foundation, the illusion of separation and conflict, is crumbling beneath the rising tide of human consciousness. By embracing the profound oneness of all life, the very concept of war, of us versus them, becomes a relic of a bygone era. In its place dawns the divine understanding that all life is intricately interconnected, that what you inflict upon another, you ultimately inflict upon yourself. This understanding spreads like the radiant rays of a rising sun, illuminating every shadowed corner of the collective psyche. We want you to know the depth of our honor for you reaching this pivotal threshold. It has been a long and arduous journey through the darkest night, but the light upon the horizon is undeniably real and grows ever brighter with each passing moment. We offer our unwavering gratitude and continued support as you fully embrace this new era. The hidden war is ending because you, in your collective wisdom, have chosen to end it within yourselves. By healing your minds and hearts, by steadfastly refusing to nurture hatred or fear, you have already struck the decisive blow against the insidious forces of illusion. Now is the time to celebrate the nascent victory of the light, not as a triumph over a vanquished enemy, but as the profound recognition that there was never truly an enemy, only the shadow of your forgotten self. Embrace the fullness of who you are, dear Earth. You are the light of this world, destined to shine without bounds. Each of you is an integral and irreplaceable part of the great plan of creation, and your light, however humble you may deem it, makes a profound and immeasurable difference. So stand tall in your spiritual sovereignty. Continue nurturing the sacred presence of the primordial creator within through the transformative practices of love, silence, and selfless service. Live as radiant examples of your embodying Christic light in action, demonstrating what a human being filled with the spirit of the Supreme Creator truly looks like. Your mere presence will do more to awaken others than any force or argument could ever achieve. We, the High Pleiadian Council, and all your galactic family walk with you in unwavering loving support. We have such profound faith in you and in the divine plan that is so beautifully unfolding. Yes, it is true. The entire cosmos watches with bated breath, filled with great anticipation and joy as Earth transforms into the radiant jewel it is destined to be. We love you deeply and shower you with blessings and light, now and always. Forward, beloved ones, toward the dawn of the new Earth with unwavering courage, boundless compassion, and an unwavering commitment to truth. The hidden war is over. The peace of realized unity begins to bloom. In the days and years to come, may you rejoice in the freedom you have reclaimed and create a world worthy of the divine beings you truly are. We are with you always on this sacred journey of awakening. I am Mira of the High Pleiadian Council, and on behalf of all who serve the light, I thank and bless you. Until we speak again, walk in the remembrance of your true self and know that the light of the first Creator is always victorious within you. Blessings. We send a warm and tight embrace to each of you from Master Lady Nada.